good morning, everybody. It's time now for Putnam County Today here on 94.3 WREB. With us from the Purdue Extension here in Putnam County's office, we've got Jenny Cannon, and we've also got Mark Evans with the Extension office. Me and Mark, we go back a ways. I remember frying up goat burgers and goat sausage at the fair.
In Clay County, then you helped us here like
Helped
2 or
us.
3 years.
That's right.
Yes.
And it always seemed to be the hottest days during the fair when we would decide to be over that grill.
Yeah, it was toasty.
Well, I tell you what, it's exciting time for 4-H kids right now because we still got some snow on the ground. 4-H has actually started for some of the clubs around, and some of the kids are starting to get busy on their projects, right?
Yeah, snow days like today are great days to get started. In fact, my son is in 3rd grade, so this will be his first year. So he's already got started his electric project.
Great.
It has several bugs mounted with the help of some other 4-Hers too, and it's kind of teaching him how to do that. So It's time to get started. These are great days to do that type of thing.
Now, Jenny here is new at the Extension office, so we thought it would be a great time to kind of introduce her and tell a little bit about what you're doing down at the Extension office.
Okay, I serve as the Health and Human Science Educator, and a few projects that I have upcoming is a free mammogram screening for women in the county on March 28th. Registration for that has started, and registration forms are completed March 3rd. Following the mammogram screening, we will do healthy heart events, physical activity events, including Zumba in the park.
All right, well, that's a pretty good little deal.
Well, we're tickled to death to have her in the office, and she brings a lot of energy and has just been great to work with. So.
Well, and we want to welcome her to Putnam County, and now this will be the first time at the Putnam County Fair, right?
Yes.
For this summer. Well, you can't experience a county fair unless you come to Putnam County because it's one of the best fairs in the state of Indiana, isn't it?
And certainly we have, for our region of the state, we have a fabulous fair, and just a lot of folks come, and what makes the fair is the community support, the folks that come out, the volunteers. It's not us, it's all about the volunteers and the people that make it happen. It really is.
Well, what else have we got going on at the Extension office?
Well, coming up next week is on February 13th is open house. We are actually celebrating 100 years of extension nationwide this year. In fact, May the 8th, 1914, the Smith-Lever Act was passed, which established extension nationwide. And so we're going to have a little open house on February 13th, kind of for 2 purposes. One, to celebrate the 100 years, and also for introduce Jenny here so folks can come in and meet her. So consider next week on February 13th, I believe that's Thursday evening, and come on into the Extension office. We're at the underneath the PNC Bank, the door to the left of the drive-up windows there. Just come on in, and we will have some cake and punch, etc., and meet Jennifer. And if you have trouble getting in the office to pick up things like 4-H things or other things, that'd be an evening that you could also do that.
Okay. And of course that ties in, and you guys just keep going year round. It's not just during the fair season, right?
Oh yeah, and then in fact, the Sunday after that, on February 16th, between 2 and 4 at the fairgrounds, we're having our 4-H launch, and that's a great opportunity for parents and folks to come in. Last year was the first year we did this, and we had about 40 booths set up, and at those booths were 4-H clubs, 4-H project superintendents, and folks that kind of help share about what's going on, how to get started. We just completed our last school visit yesterday at Fillmore, not yesterday, on Monday, excuse me, and we were able to get all the 3rd graders, and so they have information about this, the 4-H enrollment information, so we'll be able to, hopefully, that was what gets a lot of people trapped for that. We had about 300 come to that last year, and it's just a great opportunity to meet club leaders and learn how to get started.
And one thing that I noticed on your website, I want to talk a little bit about the website you guys have. A lot of information for small-time farmers and stuff like that. I know you've got a conference coming up here later on this month about that. But, the website, we need to let people know where that is because it's a great place. Not only if you're in 4-H, but like with the Jenny's programs, all that information's right there. And maybe tell everybody where your website's at.
Yeah, I appreciate you bringing that up because actually out of the 92 counties, our county typically we rate about 7th in the state in terms of hits for our number of website hits. So we kind of take pride in our website. But yeah, it's real simple. If you just do extension.purdue.edu. That will get you to the main state extension website, and there'll be a map that says county offices, or you click on county offices and then click on Putnam. If you want to just type in the rest of that URL, again, you can just go extension.purdue.edu and then /Putnam, and that will take you directly to our site. So you kind of get to it either way. Just Google, no, that's a verb now. Google.
That's right, that's right.
So just Google Purdue Extension Putnam County. It should be the top thing that pops up for you too.
All right, and of course, Jenny, as far as your programs go, people actually get a hold of you down at the office, right, and sign up for those?
Yes, at the open house, we will have registration for your free mammogram. And also, we are on social media. If you go to Facebook and just do /Putnam County, you will also find a list of our upcoming events.
That sounds pretty great.
And on our website, we have a listing of all of our Facebook pages.
Oh, okay.
And associated with 4-H and Extension. So,
because I know the junior leaders have a different one than the Extension office and that type of thing.
some of those are closed because, with youth and things, but
Yeah.
like junior leaders, it's only youth that are in junior leaders or their parents that we allow on that.
And that's a good idea in this day and age, unfortunately. But anything else coming up down at the Extension office?
One thing that might throw a few people off, that we did change our 4-H enrollment deadline this year. It's going to be March 17th instead of April 1st, as it traditionally has been. That doesn't mean that if you don't get your enrollment in on March 17th that you won't be able to be in 4-H. Our deadline, what we call that deadline, is a deadline to be assured that all projects are available. So after March 17th, archery and dog will not be available. They just have trouble backtracking and the numbers and things. We just have to cut that off. But you can still sign up for exhibit hall projects after that. We really still would like for everybody to get signed up by around April 1st, if at all possible. But and then for some reason something happens, it's after that, talk to us. But as far as the fees and things for 4-H, they've remained unchanged. This will be the 3rd year, so everything's pretty much the same. And Fair Week, I might mention, just so you can get it on your calendars, July 18th to the 25th.
All right.
July 18th to 25th, and pretty much similar, activities on the days as they have been in the past. I don't think there's any huge changes. So.
Now, would assume that we ain't gonna have to worry about snow in July.
We shouldn't.
Of course, this is Indiana, we never really know, but, I think everybody's pretty much done with the winter time. I'm thinking 4-H projects, at least with my kids. I've tried to tell them, when you're on snow days with the kids, let's go ahead and get those projects done, and that way we're not cramming the night before the fair, right?
Yeah, when we do these school visits, we ask the kids, like, how many projects should you get started with your first year? And there'll be somebody raise their hand and say 20, and all these things. And we tell them, if you really want to do 7 or 8 or 10, you need to get started now.
Right.
It's possible, but probably so you have a fun time. 4-H is about fun and learning. Probably 2 or 3 would be a good number to get started with. So.
And real quickly, want to make mention, one of my it's kind of near and dear to my heart is the mini 4-H or beginning 4-H, and those kids, explain a little bit about that program.
Sure, that's here we just start in 2nd grade. Some counties do start before 2nd grade, but we start in 2nd grade. We kind of feel like, one, for space, we don't have the space to have a lot of more projects at our fairgrounds. And secondly, we really take pride in our 10-year members, those that stick it out for 10 years in 4-H grades 3 through 12. Last year, we had one of the highest years. I think we had 57 10-year members last year, and that's really neat. And so part of that too, I think, if you're starting in kindergarten, I've done this for a while, whereas you start in 2nd grade and it's more meaningful perhaps and that type of thing. So, but exploring 4-H is for 2nd graders. There's 6 project choices, and we'll be doing school visits for that late April, early May typically. So youngsters should be bringing home something in their school folders to bring home. Looking forward around that time. And if you want to get signed up for that ahead of time, contact the office. We can get that done ahead of time. It'll be on our website too. It's not yet, but it will be soon. So.
All right. Well, sounds great. Again, welcome to Jennifer. She comes to Putnam County, kind of a new experience for you here this coming summer, let me tell you. Mark, it's always a pleasure to talk to you.
And one other little thing,
Sure.
I'll just throw out, we did throw our website out, but just in case, our phone is 653 8411, 653-8411.
All right, well, it sounds great. And we look forward to getting more updates as we get closer to the fair. That's kind of our Super Bowl of the 4-H year, right?
Yes, we always say Happy New Year, usually starting around September, October.
Right.
It starts off another new year, so.
That's true. Hey, don't forget, if you're a nonprofit group or community organization and you'd like some free airtime here on WREB, you too can be a part of Putnam County Today. All you need to do is give us a call at 653-9717.